Today we're going to play multiplayer Pentago. This is a pretty simple abstract strategy game. We're going to go through real quick and show you how to play it. You can play this with 2 to 4 players. If you play it with the 2-player version, you're playing original Pentago, not multiplayer Pentago. And it just talks about it in the rules for how you play that as a 2-player game instead of a 4-player game. So we're going to set it up, and then we'll talk about it real quick. This is a probable mid-game scenario in Pentago. This is taken right out of the rulebook to just show you as an example. The goal of Pentago is to get 5 of your color in a row. Your turns are simply going to consist of placing one of your tokens, which are these double-sided tokens for different players, red or blue, or green or gold, depending on which colors you're playing. On your turn, you're going to place one of your tokens in one of these spaces anywhere on the board, and then you rotate one of these squares. It doesn't have to be the same one where you placed your token, so you put a token down and rotate a different one. If there are empty ones, you can say that you're rotating this empty one and not bother. Your goal is to get 5 in a row. So here is just a setup example that's in the rule book to show you different ways that people could win. So if this was red's turn, red could place there and then rotate this middle one and have 5 in a row. Red could also have placed here and rotated that direction. If this was green's turn, green could rotate to that orientation and place a green one there. If this was blue's turn, let's see, it started here. So blue could place a token here and rotate there to win. That's all there is to Pentago. So each player just goes in turn, placing one token, and then rotating one tile 90 degrees. I am going to place my first Othello piece here.
Okay, well, we're not playing Othello, so you've already lost.
I'm playing Othello.
Okay.
I'm just trying to surround your guys' pieces and flip them over. That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Ooh. Rookie move. Oh, which one did you rotate? Did you want to rotate me and mess me up? I assumed I was just rotating a blank one. No movement, eh? Are you
That's
moving?
fine. No,
Ooh.
no, I'm not moving.
Ooh.
I'm going to start filling up all the holes, so we have to start rotating.
That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put one down here, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate Aaron. Ooh. Rugged, I know. Ooh. Oh, you decided to be gold instead of red.
It's because it'll stand out more, the color.
Rotate this one.
No rotate.
No.
No rotate.
Wow. You
want to rotate?
are really good at this game.
Rotate.
Man, cold. I'm going to rotate this one. Sean's plan is coming together. Do that. And... this.
You win?
Didn't I?
Oh, you're the Pentago.
I have 6 in a row. Does that win?
That's a Franzibald 6.
Wow, Franzibald 6. I mean, it's 2-3 power plays or whatever those are called. That was Pentago.
Yeah.
Wow.
How hyped are you for multiplayer Pentago?
I don't care about this game at all. But I think that it's a game for someone. It's not for me, and I think that that's not really surprising if you've seen other games that we've played in the past.
Abstract strategy is definitely not the genre that you and I like the most.
Right, and I think one very obvious one would be Quixo, where we played that, and we're like, well, this isn't for us, and I don't know who it is for, but people are very polarized about that, and we're either really for the game, or kind of like, yeah, whatever, this doesn't seem like much of it. So I think this is in the same category of game. It's just like, if you don't have many games and you want something that's like really simple that you could play with just anyone, then this falls into that field of something that takes you seconds to tell someone this is how you play this game. You just want to get 5 in a row, and just that you put a thing down and you rotate. That's it. And I agree that there is certainly a level, just like any other kind of abstract strategy game, where if you want to invest yourself in it and think about
master of Pentago.
Yeah, plan moves in advance and try to outwit your opponent. There's not really any randomness involved. It's just strategy.
Yeah.
You could do that. I don't know what this game offers that other games in that field don't already have.
I think that it's just an interesting mixture of placing. I think there's an interesting thing happening there in placing a token and then rotating one of the squares, because it does let you plan out moves and have a board state that doesn't look like you're about to win, and then you rotate, and all of a sudden, oh, well, you just won the game. You're like, yeah, man, I've been planning that out for the last few turns. I'm really good at this. I think that there is something satisfying in that kind of a strategy game.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. This is multiplayer Pentago specifically. Do you think that some of the value of the original game is diluted by the fact that if you're playing this with 3 or 4 players, and you could technically have a win handed to you by someone who is not seeing what one of the other players is doing?
For sure.
And so, there's something to be said about planning moves in advance and outwitting your opponent. But what if someone is keeping track of what one person is doing but not the other person, and kind of just hands a person a victory just at random because they were not even looking at that person? And you're like, well, you won, but
it's because you outsmarted one guy and the other person wasn't paying any attention to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the question: is, do you think this is a better 2-player game or a better 4-player game, or do you think it doesn't matter really?
I don't think it really matters. I think that there's still the same level of strategy on your part is involved. I think that in the multiplayer state, it was a lot more difficult for me to plan anything out because
the board state was changing.
Yeah, the board state just changes so much between those 2 or even 3 people going that it's very difficult for you to have much control. So those times when you do manage to set up a win feel very satisfying, I think.
Okay. The good news is, if you get this specific version, you can play the original version with, and
play 4 squares instead of
the 9.
the 9.
Yeah. I would like to say that I think that the component quality in this, I assume in any copy of this, but like at least in this edition, is good.
Yeah, really nice.
If I were going to say anything that I actually really like about this game, the like custom made board is pretty cool. Like it's
the little pieces that pop up only so far and then rotate.
Yeah, it's like surprisingly high quality for what is a really simple game. And it could have been way cheaper.
Yeah. Like it's easy for it to get like stuck and for you to have like a little bit of difficulty with it.
But you'd rather have that than it like be easily jostled.
Yeah, really easily jostled would be awful.
Yeah.
I think it works really well. The tokens that are double-sided are, nice little acrylic tokens. Yeah, I overall think that like design, even like the box insert is pretty nice.
Yeah.
As inserts go.
So, you paid $1 for this game.
Yeah.
And did you feel like you get your $1?
Definitely got $1 worth out of it.
Okay, well, like pretty much most abstract strategy games, I don't really have any interest in investing myself in this game. I don't know that it's fair for me to even give it a rating because, like, I know that like my opinion doesn't really matter in this case because like it's not a game for me.
Sure. I would say I'd probably give it like a 6.
Okay.
For abstract strategy games, like. There's a lot going on. It's really simple. It's really fast. Like, if I'm going to play an abstract strategy game, I want it to be a game that plays relatively quickly, not a game that I'm going to have to sit there and spend forever playing.
Yeah, and theoretically it should be fast. Like, I guess someone could sit there and labor over all of the options, but I don't know why they would. Like, I feel like it's designed to be something you're supposed to just move.
You can also play this in teams of 2, it mentions in the rules. Yeah. Which is another kind of interesting variation to this type of game. Like, you don't see a lot of abstract strategy games that let you team up like that.
Or if you do, like, they're kind of done in a way that's a bit clunky. It seemed like, and we didn't try it, but it seems like the team game would work just fine.
Yeah.
And that might be a way to handle if you've got, like, 2 people who really know the game and 2 people who don't really know the game. Put the people, like, pair them off so you have...
put them in 2 teams so that you
balance out the difficulty curve. Yeah.
So I don't think either of us would, like, strongly recommend this to anyone, but... if this is, your kind of game, if you like abstract strategy,
what I mean, like,
I think a good choice.
I think the like place for it is like, if you have a cafe or something and you want a fast, easy, pretty disposable game that you want to just like have around, that's an option.
Yeah. So I guess that is Pentago, multiplayer Pentago even.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say about it.
I don't think I had anything to say about it in the beginning. I will note that the box talks about notable contributions that Sweden has made to the creative world.
That's true.
Including, it puts Pentago up in the same category as the Nobel Prize, IKEA, and ABBA. So...
And Swedish meatballs.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings are also on the list.
Yeah.
Lots of good things for Sweden.
It might take me years to master.
It would take you years to master, but only seconds to learn. And I guess we made a video about that. That'll take us 10 seconds to finish later.
Yeah, and people will be like, why are you guys so bad at Pentago? I'm like,
I'm not Swedish.
Because I'm not
I don't listen to ABBA. What do you want?